Hello everyone, there is a quiet power in the smallest habits, the ones that seem almost too simple to matter. A single decision, repeated consistently, can begin to reshape the way your body feels, the way your mind works, and the way your energy flows through the day. One of the most overlooked truths in health is that your body responds not only to what you do in big moments, but to what you do in the calm, unnoticed routines, especially the ones you practice before sleep. Your gut is not just a digestive organ. It is a command center, a second brain that communicates with your entire system. It influences your mood, your immune system, your metabolism, and even the quality of your sleep. When your gut is happy, everything else starts to align. When it struggles, the signals show up everywhere. Bloating, fatigue, irritability, brain fog. And yet, people often search for complicated solutions when the body is asking for something simple, something natural, something consistent. Imagine giving your gut a gentle reset every night. Not through extreme diets, not through harsh cleanses, but through nourishment that works with your body instead of against it. One small fruit taken at the right time can begin to unlock that process. Before you go to bed, when your body is preparing to repair and restore, what you consume matters more than you think. The beauty of this habit lies in its simplicity. You are not overwhelming your system. You are not forcing change. You are guiding it. When you give your body something rich in natural fiber, enzymes, and nutrients just before rest, you are setting the stage for overnight healing. While you sleep, your digestive system doesn't shut down. It slows, it organizes, it processes. And if you've given it the right tools, it uses that time wisely. Think about how often people wake up feeling heavy, sluggish, or uncomfortable. That feeling doesn't start in the morning. It starts the night before. It starts with what was eaten, how it was digested, and whether the gut was supported or burdened. When you begin to change that nighttime pattern, you begin to change your mornings. Consistency is where transformation happens. One night may feel like nothing. 2 nights may seem like coincidence, but give your body a week, give it 10 days, and watch what begins to shift. The bloating softens, the discomfort fades, the rhythm of digestion becomes smoother, more predictable, more natural. You start waking up lighter, clearer, more energized. Your body is always communicating with you. The question is whether you're listening. When you feel discomfort, it is not punishment, it is feedback. It is your system asking for support, for balance, for care. And when you respond with something as simple as a nourishing nighttime habit, you are telling your body, I hear you. I'm working with you. There is also something deeply empowering about taking control of your health in a way that feels easy and sustainable. You don't need to rely on extremes. You don't need to chase every new trend. Sometimes the most powerful changes are the ones that fit effortlessly into your life. A small action before bed, a quiet commitment to yourself, a decision that says your health matters even in the smallest moments. And here's what makes this even more powerful. When your gut improves, everything else begins to follow. Your mood stabilizes, your energy becomes more consistent. Your focus sharpens. You begin to feel more like yourself again. Not because of a dramatic intervention, but because you supported the foundation of your health. Many people underestimate how quickly the body can respond when given the right conditions. You don't always need months to feel a difference. Sometimes the body is waiting for just one supportive change, one consistent signal that it can begin to heal. When you provide that, the response can be surprisingly fast. But this is not just about physical change. It is about building trust with your body. It is about creating a relationship where you listen, you respond, and you adapt. When you take a moment each night to nourish yourself intentionally, you are reinforcing that connection. You are reminding yourself that your health is not an afterthought. It is a priority struggle with not an afterthought. And let's be honest, most people complicate health because they believe it has to be difficult to be effective. But the truth is, the body thrives on simplicity. Natural, whole inputs, consistent timing, gentle support. These are the things that create lasting change, not temporary fixes. So when you think about your nighttime routine, don't just think about sleep. Think about preparation. Think about what you are giving your body before it enters its most important phase of repair. That moment before bed is an opportunity, a chance to influence how you will feel the next day before it even begins. You don't need to overhaul your entire lifestyle overnight. Start with one small shift. Commit to it. Observe how your body responds. Let that progress motivate you to continue. Because once you begin to feel the difference, once you wake up and notice that lightness, that comfort, that clarity, you won't want to go back. This is how real change happens, not through force, but through alignment, not through extremes, but through consistency. Not through complexity, but through simplicity. Your body is ready to respond. It is ready to heal. It is ready to support you in ways you may have forgotten were possible. All it needs is the right signal, given at the right time, repeated with intention and care. Small actions often feel insignificant in the moment, but the body doesn't measure impact the way we do. It responds to patterns, to repetition, to what you do consistently when no one is watching. A single choice before bed may seem too small to matter, yet it can quietly influence how your body functions through the night and how you feel when you wake up. This is where real transformation begins. Not in dramatic overhauls, but in steady, repeatable habits that gently guide your system toward balance. When you give your body something supportive at night, especially something light and nourishing, you are working with its natural rhythm instead of against it. During sleep, your body shifts into a state of repair and restoration. Your digestive system slows down, but it does not stop. It continues to process what you've consumed, organize nutrients, and prepare your system for the next day. If you overload it with heavy processed or difficult to digest foods, you create resistance in that process. But when you offer something simple and rich in natural compounds, you make that process smoother, more efficient, and more beneficial. The gut plays a major role in how you feel physically and mentally. When digestion is sluggish, it creates a ripple effect, bloating, discomfort, irregularity, and even fatigue. These symptoms don't just appear randomly. They're often the result of repeated patterns that the body has been trying to manage. By introducing a small, consistent habit at night, you begin to interrupt that cycle. You give your gut a signal that it can rely on, something that supports its function instead of complicating it. Consistency is what turns a simple habit into a powerful tool. One night of change may not feel like much, but the body keeps track of repetition. Each night you follow through, you reinforce a new pattern. Your digestive system begins. So anticipate that support. It adapts, it becomes more efficient. Over time, what once felt like effort becomes natural, and the benefits begin to show in ways you didn't expect. You may start to notice that your mornings feel different. Instead of waking up heavy or sluggish, there is a sense of lightness. Your stomach feels calmer, your energy is more stable. This is not coincidence, it is the result of giving your body what it needs at the right time. The overnight hours are powerful, and when you align your habits with that window, you maximize the body's ability to restore itself. Another important aspect is how this habit reduces strain on your system. Many people unknowingly place stress on their digestion late at night, whether through large meals, sugary snacks, or processed foods. This forces the body to work harder when it should be recovering. By replacing that pattern with something gentle and beneficial, you remove that burden. You allow your system to shift from stress to support, from overload to balance. What makes this approach so effective is that it does not rely on extremes. There is no deprivation, no complicated rules, no overwhelming changes. It is simple, practical, and sustainable. And because it is easy to maintain, it becomes something you can actually stick with. The body thrives on this kind of consistency. It does not need perfection, it needs reliability. There is also a psychological shift that happens when you commit to a small nightly habit. You begin to see yourself as someone who takes care of their body, someone who makes intentional choices. That identity reinforces the behavior. It creates a positive loop where each small success builds confidence and encourages you to continue. Over time, this mindset extends beyond just one habit and begins to influence other areas of your health. As your gut function improves, the benefits extend outward. Better digestion means better absorption of nutrients. This supports your energy levels, your immune system, and even your mental clarity. You may find that you are more focused during the day, less prone to fatigue, and more resilient overall. All of this can stem from a simple, consistent action repeated each night. The body is remarkably responsive when given the right conditions. It does not need to be forced into change. It needs to be supported. When you provide that support regularly, it begins to adjust in ways that feel natural and sustainable. The discomfort that once seemed normal starts to fade, replaced by a sense of ease and balance. It is important to understand that this is not about instant results. While some people may notice changes quickly, the real value comes from long-term consistency. Each night you follow through, you're investing in your health. You're building a foundation that supports not just your digestion, but your overall well-being. And unlike quick fixes, this foundation is stable. It grows stronger over time. By focusing on small, manageable changes, you remove the pressure that often leads to failure. You are not trying to change everything at once. You are starting with one habit, mastering it, and allowing it to create momentum. This approach is not only more effective, but also more realistic. It fits in your life without disruption, making it easier to maintain even when things get busy. In the end, the power of this habit lies in its simplicity and consistency. It is a reminder that you don't need to do something extreme to see results. You just need to do something small, consistently, and with intention. When you align that habit with your body's natural processes, you create an environment where improvement is not only possible, but inevitable. The gut is far more than just a place where food is. Broken down, it is a highly intelligent, deeply connected system that communicates constantly with the rest of your body. Every bite you take, every nutrient you absorb, and every imbalance you experience sends signals that travel far beyond digestion. This is why when your gut is not functioning well, the effects are rarely isolated. They show up in your mood, your energy, your focus, and even your ability to handle stress. Inside your gut lives a vast ecosystem of microorganisms, often referred to as the microbiome. These tiny organisms are not passive. They are active participants in your health. They help break down food, produce essential nutrients, regulating inflammation, and even influence the production of neurotransmitters that affect how you feel mentally and emotionally. When this ecosystem is balanced, your body operates smoothly. When it is disrupted, the imbalance can trigger a cascade of issues that extend far beyond the digestive system. One of the most fascinating aspects of the gut is its connection to the brain. This relationship is often called the gut-brain axis, a two-way communication system that constantly exchanges information. When your gut is in distress, it sends signals to the brain that can manifest as anxiety, irritability, or mental fog. On the other hand, when your gut is supported and functioning well, it promotes a sense of calm, clarity, and stability. This is why taking care of your digestion is not just about physical comfort, it directly influences your mental and emotional state. Your immune system is also closely tied to your gut. A large portion of your immune defenses are located there, constantly interacting with what you consume and what enters your body. When your gut is healthy, it acts as a strong barrier, helping to protect you from harmful substances while allowing beneficial nutrients to pass through. But when it is compromised, that barrier weakens, making it easier for inflammation and illness to take hold. Supporting your gut is in many ways supporting your body's natural defense system. Many people overlook the importance of nourishing the gut at the right time, especially in the evening, yet this period is crucial. As your body prepares for sleep, it shifts its focus toward repair and maintenance. This includes restoring the gut lining, balancing microbial activity, and processing the nutrients you have consumed throughout the day. When you provide your body with gentle, natural nourishment before this phase, you enhance its ability to carry out these processes effectively. What makes this approach so powerful is that it aligns with your body's natural rhythm. Instead of forcing your system into unnatural patterns, you are supporting what it is already designed to do. This creates a sense of harmony within your body. Digestion becomes smoother, nutrient absorption improves, and the signals between your gut and brain become clearer and more balanced. As your gut begins to function better, you may notice subtle but meaningful changes. Your mood may become more stable. You may feel less reactive to stress and more capable of handling daily challenges. Your energy levels may become more consistent without the sudden crashes that often come from poor digestion or nutrient imbalances. These changes may seem small at first, but over time they build into a significant improvement in your overall quality of life. Another key benefit of supporting your gut is improved metabolic function. When your digestive system is working efficiently, your body is better able to convert food into usable energy. This not only helps you feel more energized, but also supports healthy weight management. Instead of storing excess energy as fat, your body uses it more effectively, creating a sense of balance rather than fluctuation. It is also important to recognize how interconnected everything in the body truly is. You cannot isolate one system and expect it to function independently of the others. The gut influences the brain, the immune system, the metabolism, and even the hormonal balance. When you take care of it, you are indirectly supporting all of these systems at once. This is why small changes in gut health can lead to widespread improvements throughout the body. The beauty of this process is that it does not require complexity. You do not need to understand every scientific detail to benefit from it. What matters is that you consistently provide your body with what it needs. Simple, natural nourishment that supports balance rather than disruption. Over time, your body responds by becoming more efficient, more resilient, and more aligned. There is also a sense of awareness that develops when you begin to focus on your gut health. You start to notice how different foods affect you, how your body responds to certain habits, and what makes you feel your best. This awareness empowers you to make better choices, not out of restriction, but out of understanding. You begin to work with your body rather than against it. As this connection strengthens, you may find that your overall sense of well-being improves. You feel more in tune with yourself, more aware of your needs, and more capable of maintaining balance. This is not something that happens overnight, but it is something that builds steadily with consistent effort. By supporting your gut with simple intentional habits, especially at night when your body is most receptive to repair, you create a foundation for lasting health. This foundation supports not just your digestion, but your entire system, allowing you to function at a higher level both physically and mentally. Real transformation rarely comes from dramatic, short-lived efforts. It grows quietly through simple actions repeated over time, actions that may seem almost insignificant at first, but gradually reshape the way your body functions and the way your mind responds. The idea that something must be complicated to be effective has led many people away from what actually works. In reality, the body responds best to clarity, consistency, and intention. Simplicity removes resistance. When a habit is easy to follow, you are far more likely to maintain it. There's no mental battle, no constant negotiation with yourself, no feeling of being overwhelmed. Instead, the action becomes part of your routine, something you do without overthinking. This is where consistency begins to take root. It is not forced. It flows naturally from the ease of the habit itself. When you choose a simple action and commit to it daily, you create a rhythm. The body thrives on rhythm. It adapts to patterns, learns from repetition. It becomes more efficient when it knows what to expect. Each time you repeat that action, you are reinforcing a signal to your body that this is the new normal. Over time, the body adjusts, optimizes, and begins to function in alignment with that pattern. Listening to your body is a skill that develops through awareness. Most people ignore the subtle signals their body sends. Small signs of discomfort, changes in energy, shifts in mood. These signals are not random. They are messages. When you begin to pay attention, you start to understand what your body needs and what it is trying to tell you. This awareness allows you to make choices that support your well-being rather than undermine it. Intentional choices are at the core of this process. Instead of reacting impulsively or following habits that no longer serve you, you begin to act with purpose. Even a small decision made consciously carries more power than a larger action done without awareness. This intention creates a sense of control, a feeling that you are actively participating in your own health rather than leaving it to chance. Trust is built through repetition. Each time you follow through on a small commitment to yourself, you strengthen that trust. You begin to see that you are capable of consistency, that you can rely on yourself to make supportive choices. This trust extends beyond just one habit. It influences your mindset, your confidence, and your ability to maintain positive changes in other areas of your life. One of the most important aspects of this approach is that it removes the pressure of perfection. You are not aiming to be flawless. You are aiming to be consistent. There will be days when things are not perfect, when routines are disrupted, when motivation is low, but because your habit is simple, it is easy to return to. You do not feel like you have failed. You simply continue. This resilience is what allows long-term progress to happen. As you continue with these small, intentional actions, the results begin to compound. What once felt like a minor change starts to produce noticeable benefits. Your body feels more balanced, your energy becomes more stable, and your overall sense of well-being improves. These changes are not sudden or extreme, but they are steady and reliable. They build over time, creating a foundation that supports lasting health. Another key element is alignment with your body's natural processes. When your actions are in harmony with how your body is designed to function, the results come more easily. There is less resistance, less strain, and more efficiency. You are not forcing your body into unnatural patterns. You are supporting what it is already trying to do. This alignment creates a sense of ease, where improvement feels natural rather than forced. This process also changes the way you view health. Instead of seeing it as a series of restrictions or challenges, you begin to see it as a relationship. You are working with your body, learning from it, and supporting it. This perspective makes it easier to stay consistent because your actions are no longer driven by pressure or fear, but by understanding and care. Over time, these small habits begin to shape your identity. You no longer see yourself as someone who is trying to be healthy. You become someone who naturally makes healthy choices. This shift is powerful because it changes your default behavior. You do not have to rely on motivation or willpower. Your actions are guided by who you have become. It is also important to recognize that simplicity does not mean lack of effectiveness. Its simplicity does not mean lack of effectiveness. In fact, simple habits are often more powerful because they are sustainable. Complex routines may produce quick results, but they are difficult to maintain. Simple actions repeated consistently create steady progress that lasts. They become part of your lifestyle rather than a temporary effort. Patience plays a crucial role in this journey. The body needs time to adapt, to repair, and to respond. When you stay consistent and trust the process, you allow these changes to unfold naturally. There is no need to rush or force results. The progress may be gradual, but it is meaningful and long-lasting. Each small action you take is a step toward a healthier, more balanced version of yourself. These steps may not always feel significant in the moment, but they accumulate over time. They create momentum, build confidence, and reinforce the habits that support your well-being. By focusing on simplicity, consistency, and intentional choices, you create a system that works with your life rather than against it. You remove unnecessary complexity, reduce resistance, and make it easy. To stay committed, this is how lasting transformation happens, not through extreme measures, but through small, steady actions that align with your body and your goals, repeated day after day with purpose and awareness in the end. It all comes down to understanding that your health is shaped by what you do consistently, not occasionally. The body is always listening, always responding, always adapting to the signals you give it each day, especially in the quiet moments before sleep. When you choose to support your gut with something simple, natural, and intentional, you are not just improving digestion, you are strengthening the very foundation of your overall well-being. You are creating a ripple effect that touches your energy, your mood, your clarity, and your ability to move through life with ease. This is not about chasing quick fixes or expecting overnight miracles. It is about building a rhythm that your body can trust, a pattern that supports healing rather than disrupting it. Each small action becomes a message to your system that you are committed to taking care of it, that you are willing to work with it instead of against it. Over time, these messages turn into results, real, noticeable changes that make you feel lighter, stronger, and more in control of your health. The power lies in your hands, in the simple choices you make daily, in the consistency you make daily, in the awareness you develop. You don't need complexity to transform your body. You need commitment to the small things that truly matter. When you align your habits with your body's natural processes, you unlock a level of balance and vitality that feels effortless yet powerful. Start small, stay consistent, trust your body, and let these simple actions guide you toward a healthier, more energized life. Because sometimes the smallest step you take before bed can create the biggest change by morning.